Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into one of the most incredible, fully documented historical mysteries of the ancient world. You know, for centuries, people have stood in absolute awe of the Shore Temple at Mahabalipuram. They watch these massive ocean waves crashing against its ancient granite base, and they usually just see it as this beautiful marvel of ancient Indian stone architecture. But here's the thing, there is a massive geopolitical secret hiding right in plain sight. It's a secret that stretches all the way from the shores of the Bay of Bengal right into the heart of ancient China. We're talking high-stakes diplomacy, monumental engineering, and a maritime alliance that literally shaped global history.
It sounds kind of like a paradox, doesn't it? Like, what on earth links an ancient Indian coastal shrine directly to the Chinese Silk Road? Well, to find the answer, we actually have to look away from India for a second and unroll some ancient Chinese silk scrolls. Because buried deep inside the ancient imperial archives of China, thousands of miles away, are these incredibly detailed maps of maritime routes. And they stretch from Kanchipuram and Mahabalipuram straight across the Bay of Bengal, winding all the way through the Malacca Strait to eventually reach Guangzhou and Chang'an. This connection, it is definitely not a myth. It's a matter of strict imperial record.
And the mastermind behind this whole connection? Enter King Narasimhavarman II, who is much better known to history as Rajasimha. He was the 8th century ruler of Kanchipuram, and honestly, he was nothing short of a visionary Pallava king. In the 8th century CE, Rajasimha did something truly extraordinary. See, he wasn't just out to trade some spices and silk. The guy was playing high-stakes geopolitical chess. He actually sent a royal embassy across the ocean to Emperor Xuanzong of China's mighty Tang Dynasty just to propose an alliance. But before he could reach across the ocean, he had to completely revolutionize his own empire right at home.
This brings us to Phase 1, the Granite Structural Revolution.
Okay, let's dive into this structural revolution. Because to really wrap our heads around Rajasimha's grand global vision, we first have to look at this micro-level architectural shift that completely defined his golden age. Before his reign, the Pallava kings relied pretty heavily on cave temples. Basically, they literally carved out temples directly from existing granite mountains. Which is super impressive, right? But it came with a huge limitation. You could only build a temple where nature had conveniently dropped a giant rock hill. Well, Rajasimha absolutely shattered that engineering limit. Under his rule, we see this massive leap to structural temples. He pioneered the use of freestanding dressed granite blocks. His engineers were literally quarrying the stone, shaping it perfectly, and then assembling these magnificent structural temples piece by piece exactly where they wanted them.
And the ultimate proof of this engineering masterclass is the Kailasanathar Temple, right in his capital city of Kanchipuram. This wasn't just a building. It completely redefined South Indian temple architecture forever. Just look at the intricate stone reliefs and those fiercely carved lion pillars, known as yalis. The craftsmanship was so grand, so universally respected, that years later, when the invading Chalukyan kings finally conquered the city outright, they took one look at the Kailasanathar Temple and entirely refused to destroy it. No way. It was simply too beautiful to tear down.
Moving right along to Phase 2, Mahabalipuram's dual-purpose landmark.
Let's head over to the coastline and see how this all builds into a massive international doorway for the empire. So while Kanchipuram was the political heart of the realm, Mahabalipuram was stepping up to be its global face. To mark the incredible prosperity of his realm, Rajasimha constructed the iconic Shore Temple directly on the coastline of the Bay of Bengal. But it wasn't just a pretty monument. It was this brilliant dual-purpose structure. Yes, for sure, it was a sacred house of worship, complete with its beautiful twin spires and those stone Nandi bulls facing right out towards the sea. But practically speaking, it was a towering structural stone landmark. It acted like a massive beacon, perfectly visible to foreign captains trying to navigate their heavy merchant ships safely into the bustling harbor.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what all that maritime navigation was for. We are talking about a massive influx of barrels of foreign coins being traded for gold, pepper, cotton, fine silks, and precious stones. This wasn't just your standard local commerce. This specific influx of high-value goods is exactly what turned the Pallava treasury into an absolute international financial superpower of the 8th century.
Which sets the stage for Phase 3, the Tang Dynasty Alliance. Now that we understand the immense wealth and the architectural power of Rajasimha's empire, let's zoom out to the macro level to reveal that official, documented link to the Far East.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that we aren't relying on local legends or myths here. We are looking directly at official Tang Dynasty records. The ancient Chinese text known as the Jiu Tangshu, or the Old Book of Tang, explicitly documents this exact connection. It tells us that in the year 720 CE, King Rajasimha officially dispatched a foreign ambassador all the way to the Imperial Court of Emperor Xuanzong in Chang'an.
So, to really grasp why a South Indian king was sending ambassadors all the way to China, you have to understand the wild geopolitics of 8th century Central Asia. The world was in absolute turmoil. The Umayyad Arab Caliphate was expanding, pushing hard from the west. And at the exact same time, the Tibetan Empire was pushing against China's vital trade routes right along the Silk Road. So in 720 CE, Rajasimha made this profoundly bold military proposition. To protect global trade, he actually offered to deploy his own war elephants. I mean, just imagine the sheer logistics of that, along with military forces to assist the Tang Emperor in countering these growing threats. It was a massive, high-stakes offer that shifted the geopolitical landscape, and it led to official recognition from the Tang Emperor.
So, the crucial point is that the result of this incredibly bold diplomacy was the imperial title Zenin Wang. In recognition of this powerful southern ally, the Chinese Emperor Xuanzong granted Rajasimha this exact official title, which literally translates to King of the Kingdom of South India. This single, brilliant act of diplomacy permanently cemented Mahabalipuram not just as a busy trading post, but as a key, officially recognized hub on the maritime Silk Road.
King Rajasimha absolutely proved that true power isn't just measured by battlefield conquests. It's measured in structural monuments that can brave 1,300 years of harsh sea winds, and in diplomacy that reaches entirely across oceans. He undoubtedly left behind a golden era. However, history is rarely kind for long. Just decades after his death, a sudden, catastrophic succession crisis struck Kanchipuram. The empire was thrown into darkness almost overnight, leaving the mighty Pallava throne completely empty. The Golden Era may have faced a sudden, tragic crisis, but the stones of Mahabalipuram still have so many more stories to tell us, which leaves us with a huge question for our next explainer. What hidden architectural secrets and sculpting techniques still lie waiting to be decoded within ancient Tamilakams, Arjuna's penance, and the Pancharathas? Make sure you join us next time as we continue to decode the incredible art and architecture of this lost world.